Ever since I tried out an e-bike for the very first time last summer, I've kind of been romanticizing about being able to bring an electric bike with me and Luna and on my van trips to help maximize the adventures that I can get around on a weekly or daily basis. Whether that's just like commuting around the local city or local town, or ideally taking it on the many beautiful bike paths that a lot of national parks have. I've just kind of wanted to be able to leave Luna for the day or for a few hours, take out a bike and travel around one of these national parks. So when DENAGO messaged me and were showing me some of their e-bikes and I noticed that they had a folding e-bike, I was like, this is my opportunity to try a folding e-bike and see if it lives up to the hype and if it's something that could actually work out while being in the van. So this is the DENAGO folding e-bike Mark 1, version 1. And in this video, I'm really excited to share some of my thoughts on it. It's important to note DENAGO did send me this bike free of charge. However, they are not paying me or anything like that. So this is just an honest sort of breakdown of my thoughts on the bike and how it could fit into something like Luna or a more nomadic type lifestyle. So the main feature of this bike is that it's able to literally fold in half. It can be very, very small and compact and ideal for situations where you need a little smaller footprint but still want the power and capability that you get in a full electronic bike. But in addition to its compactness and size, it boasts a 500-watt rear hub motor, meaning there's only one motor on the back wheel. It's not like an all-wheel drive system, which is very common for e-bikes and stuff like that. 500 watts is not the largest motor that you could get, but with a traditional bike style rather than one of the more cafe racer type bikes, it's pretty good. Some of the other main features on the bike are a 48-volt battery, a Shimano 7-speed shifter and derailleur, a rear cargo storage area with a 35-pound capacity, mechanical disc brakes, and headlight, tail lights, and brake lights all on the bike. This is a pedal-assisted e-bike, meaning that once you start pedaling, the electronic motor kicks in depending on how strong or how weak you have it, rather than some of the other e-bikes where you can just twist a throttle and it will just completely go on its own. There is still a throttle option on this bike, but it requires you to be pedaling and for the bike to be moving for it to kick in. You can't just necessarily turn the throttle and it picks up from a dead stop. DENAGO claims about a 25-mile-an-hour top speed, which is really all you need. I believe the top speed on bike pass is around 28 miles an hour anyways. So they also claim a range of 57 miles on the battery in pedal assisted mode. I believe that would be in the very lowest pedal assisted mode, and I would only assume that as you increase the assistance or as you just squeeze normal throttle, you would get considerably less than 57 miles an hour. So take it for a grain of salt, even if you want to say something around 40 miles on a charge. So not necessarily like the largest range out there. It's not like you're getting 100 miles on a charge. But again, something that's compact, foldable is the range that DENAGO claims on the bike. So to give you guys an idea of how I am planning on mounting the bike, I have the bike all folded up here against the front of the seat. Unfortunately, the bike did not fit underneath the garage, which was my original plan. I thought it'd be really sweet if this could fold up and kind of slide underneath the garage, but sadly it is just a little bit too tall for the garage. And I didn't really want to put it in between the bed and the ground because then I can't put the bed down without moving the bike, and I would have to really secure it so it didn't slide forward. So I thought really the only other spot was right here behind the passenger seat. While I don't really love the bike here because it just seems like it's right in the middle of everything, you can still walk in and out of the van pretty easily. You can still get to the fridge somewhat, and you can still work your way up towards the front. So I think this is really, like I said, the only spot I can put it. It's secured right to the actual tie-down cargo hook that comes with the Sprinter van. With one tie-down, I actually went all the way around the front of the seat here, kind of back to itself here, which I think is very, very stable. I'm not really concerned with it going anywhere. I'm not saying this is where it's going to live forever. It is a little bit clunky to get in the van, so this is the best spot for now. I don't think it's something that I will just like always bring with me all the time, especially if I have two people in the van. I don't think it makes the most sense, but if I'm going somewhere where I know I think I could use the bike, I think this is kind of my best bet to use it. So let's take it out. I'll show you guys how it gets put together. Then let's actually ride this thing and yeah, go for a little cruise with it. The bike is really put together in like 2 steps. The first thing is putting the handlebar stem back up, which is literally just extending it using this clamp. Handlebar is on, and now it's just opening up the bike like so. Clamping here. Kickstand down, extend the pedals back out. Just like that, you have the bike set up. Literally 2, maybe 3 steps, and you are ready to go. The bike is actually very straightforward to use. There's really no key to turn it on or anything like that. You just press and hold this M button. There we go. DENAGO pops up. It is a nice dash. It's very bright. And you can see we have full battery here. I have 2 miles on the odometer just from kind of riding it around the neighborhood, so we can kind of get a sense of how much range we get. Over here on the right is your upshift and downshift, just like a normal bike. We have a little bell here. And then this on my left thumb is actually the throttle. So you can see as I turn the pedal assist, so 1 is eco, 2 is low, 3 is normal, 4 is high, and 5 is power. Even when I'm at a standstill and I hit the throttle, nothing happens. But as soon as I kind of start getting some roll and I press the throttle, the bike will pick up and go. Lastly, I'm also utilizing the rack on the back with a tripod and a little GoPro stick here just to kind of give you guys an idea of what something like this could be used for. Lots of good areas to secure it down. So if you're going for a little bike ride to do like a little photo mission, that would be really nice to be able to throw tripods on the back, not have to worry about carrying them. So just starting off, I'm just in pure bike mode. Something I like about this bike is that compared to some other e-bikes is that it's very easy to just ride like a normal bike. Pedaling is comfortable, the seat is nice, but you can still have the benefits of the dash. We're going about 16 miles an hour, 17 miles an hour, but I'm just pedaling, fully kind of topped out in 7th gear, and it's very easy to cruise around. It has been very chilly in Park City, so that's why I'm wearing these busted gloves. I'm also wearing a full face helmet, not because this bike warrants it, but because it makes it easier to film, get a good POV for you guys, and the audio is also better. One thing I do wish that it had is turn signals, but it just kind of shows that it's more of a traditional bike rather than like a cafe racer. Alright, so now that we're on the bike path, let's give us a little bit of boost here. We're just on 1. Don't really feel too much there. We're on 2, 3, 4. So as soon as we kicked it into high, I felt it get a pretty good pickup here, 20 miles an hour. So if I wanted to, I could stop pedaling, kind of slow down a bit, hit the throttle, and now I'm back up to 20 miles an hour, but purely just off the throttle here on my left. If we go 1 more, now we are in max. Woo! Oh my God, 25 miles an hour. Yeah, 25 miles an hour. That's kind of where it tops out at. So we're going up a pretty good hill here, and it has no problem going 25 miles an hour up the hill. Very light pedaling and sort of full gear. All right, let's go down this hill. Speed limit's 20. We're going 25, so we got to slow down a little bit, but about 24 miles an hour. Brakes are nice. It's such a beautiful area when all the aspens have leaves on them. Yeah, 25 is what the bike claims its top speed is, and that's about all you can get out of it. I have it on the max speed, that's 26, but it really won't give you any more than that because you're also topped out in the gearing. So, and now, like I keep saying, you could just go pure throttle and let the throttle do the work for you. One thing I am definitely impressed with is the responsiveness like even with a relatively smaller motor on it, this thing definitely has a lot of giddy up, more than I kind of thought for one of these commuter bikes. I think the only downside is that if you're looking for top speed, like I've said, this doesn't really have much past 25. However, I do also feel that when you are topped out like I am now, there's like zero cadence left in the pedal stroke. Like there's no resistance is what I meant, not cadence. So 25 miles an hour. Whoa. But it's definitely not the most agile bike, you could say. Right now we are just totally cruising in max power, 20 miles an hour. So that's why I think something like this would be so perfect for national park exploring, when you have a nice bike path like this, cruising around a main street or a town. So we've officially gone 10 miles, and battery honestly isn't even, can't really tell what it says because it doesn't give me a percentage or bars. It's definitely like one tick off the max. I don't know if that means like 75% or what, but I think that 40 to 50 miles is a realistic battery life usage, again depending on how much you use the throttle and whatnot. But let's see how our acceleration is in the crossings. Not bad, not bad, not bad. That's where the throttle comes in handy. Put it to max gear, push off a little bit, and then hold the throttle, and then you can get off the line, you could say, pretty easily. But if you pedal at max gear, you actually go faster. If I were to just hold the throttle and max gear, it really tops out at 20 miles an hour. But when I'm pedaling, I'm getting, oh, what does this say, 21? This is saying 23. If it fits in the van properly and works well, I think this could be an awesome summer exploration tool. To share my final thoughts on the bike, overall I'm pretty impressed. I think the bike exceeded my expectations. I was a little bit concerned with sort of the rigidity and resiliency of a folding bike, kind of what does that mean when you hit potholes and stuff like that. But all in all, I was very impressed with the general ride. One of my biggest complaints with the bike is just sort of the weight and clumsiness, I feel like, when it is folded up. It'd be nice if they had some sort of latches that sort of secured the bike together. I think using bungee straps and stuff like that, it works, but I think, you know, the bike weighs around 60 pounds, so you can imagine trying to lift this up and out of things while parts are kind of falling around just isn't like the most, like, it's not like the easiest experience. Secondly, I think the handling on the bike is not the most nimble and sporty and agile, but definitely more of a commuter, almost beach cruiser feel to it. I think the long sort of handlebar up top and sort of your seating position just makes it so it doesn't, you're not like leaning this bike over in the turns. It's very much just cruiser feeling, but again, for the purpose of this bike, I think it serves its purpose. Some of the things I really do appreciate about the bike are how easy it is to set up and set down. It is quite literally about 3 different steps. And you have this bike completely set up, ready to go, and vice versa. You just pull a few hinges and pins, and the whole bike is collapsed down into half of its footprint. I think if you're looking for something where you want to be able to have the flexibility of a full e-bike that can go 20, 25 miles an hour, but maybe you're tight on space, you have an apartment, or you're bringing this to work, and you need to just kind of stash it away somewhere during the day, I think this is something that could really work out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions. The link to DENAGO's website and the different e-bikes will be in the description of the video. So thank you guys for watching, squad. I'll see all of you guys in the next one. Have some exciting trips coming up. I feel like I've taken quite the time off, and I'm ready to sort of get back into making videos and expressing myself, whatever that means. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, fam.